It's your favorite time again. Doom scrolling, Twitteroonies. Let's check it out. The first thing we have is ChainLink. The US Senate has officially passed the Genius Act, a landmark piece of legislation that establishes a regulatory framework for fiat-backed stablecoins. This is a defining moment of the digital ass industry, setting the stage for the global expansion of stablecoins. So the total stablecoin supply has been rising up and to the right. Friendly reminder, this is an evil genius stablecoin act. Now, why ChainLink is talking positively about the Genius Act is because ChainLink have been chosen by the government to actually run all their stablecoin systems. They are the oracle for it. They help with proof of reserves and all these validity stuff and all these jizz jazz, you know, all these technical woo-woos out here. So, of course, they like it because they've been, chosen for that. They go, cool, they're going to get all of JP Mosquito, Goldman Slugs. They're all going to hook in, and ChainLink is going to literally connect chains. That's how the future is going to work. And then we're going to build more complex applications that run all these data and everything out here. I guess crypto is just going to keep advancing over time. Hopefully, our bags pump in the process. ChainLink is what, $13-ish. If we get a continuation of the cycles, if we don't get scammed, ChainLink, I think, could get to, let's check it out, friends. Now, this is $13. I think it can get to, just my guess, 100 billion market cap, which would be $160 around here. $160 is about 100 billion market cap. I hope it pokes up a bit higher, whatever. So that would be a nice round number, 100 billion market cap. ChainLink had Oracle Narrative Season number 1 in 2020 for it. Now maybe Oracle's going to have their cycle number 2 effect for it. Remember, ChainLink also appears, it takes on the real world assets narrative as well. That helps too, but it's like a blue chip kind of like your stable, family friendly tokenized coin. Okay, if you want higher risk, way higher risk. Okay, Peter, I did go to zero twice. Also participating in stablecoin super cycle. It's on Pulse Chain. I haven't. I like it. Very risky though. Could be worth a lottery ticket. Arizona has the most corrupt elections in the world, and the good people of State 48 know it. Congressman Hamadeh has been made aware of disturbing and credible allegations regarding the election services commingling blank ballots with completed ballots during the 2024 general election. So we are always seeing these political themes creep in during these times. We have war. Friends, the C word, conspiracy, is it's a scum trash word as well, made by the Coconut Intelligence Agency. So, a lot of these things have just come out to be proven true. I mean, friends, does anybody in the world, I want to ask you, does anybody in the world think Trump isn't compromised by Israel at this point? I'd like to talk to you, okay? And I want to know what rocks you're smoking. And I'd like some, by the way. Share some. Okay, that one's very, very good. I want to know, is there a single person out there who thinks Trump is not compromised by Israel at this point? I would love to make this person. Do they have this opinion? More SPX 6900. I effing kid you not. I wore my SPX 69 hat into a new client's office and someone working there asked if I was into crypto. They said they heard of SPX before from Morad. He said he liked the idea and remembered the site being funny. This is getting real. So, events, this is the interesting part, right? Memes, they just hit differently, man. When you have meme, cult, religion, archetype, it's your football colors, man. It's like your jersey colors. No one gives a shit about StarkNet. Go wear a StarkNet hat and see how that far that gets you. Let's do the StarkNet logo, okay? Oh my God. What is this, bro? What is this? Do they have a hat? I hope they have a hat. Maybe we should just get one as a joke. Wow. Yes. Wow. Look at this. Black and white. What is this? What is this? Some sort of, it's like a toothpaste, okay? You have toothpaste in the sky. Literally, toothpaste has been squirted out of the tube, right? You need people to care about it. We are digital cities. It's easy to move from city to city. You can click in 2 seconds. So the city has to offer people something to feel and believe in more than just, I guess, some financials. We're tribal. Let's be crystal clear. We cannot afford another war. Not in Iran. Not in Ukraine. Nowhere. When the debt ceiling is lifted, we'll be at 38 trillion. No more wars or no more aid. We can't afford it. Well. We can afford it. Americana has advanced UFO weapon tech. Can literally bend space-time. Got a lot of stuff out here. 21 trillion missing. Black budget. You can afford it, America. And I'm the only person telling you can. Because nothing ever happens. And this thing's just going to keep continuing. The Ponzi ain't ready to pop. Not anytime soon. Because, friends, look, the Ponzi only pops when the blue pill cuck mass population sheep stop believing the media, because then they refuse to then pay off the debt with the inflation. Okay? Go look around, friends. Do you think the government has any problems convincing people to exit or stay in the hotel cuck chair? They have no problem. They can convince them of anything. They keep giving them the blue pill. No problems whatsoever. We have nothing to worry about in that department. Main quest for humanity, avoid World War III. So I guess you probably see people dumping, cheating and everything out here because they just literally think a World War III is going to happen. Got some Pudgy Penguin news. Fun fact, thanks to our partnership with Wolfart, 90% of Americans live within 10 miles of a store that sells Pudgy Penguin toys. So Pudgy Penguins are unique, special case. The NFTs, they were like the one unicorn winner out of like 30,000 NFTs that just all went to zero and grifted. Pudgy Penguins, they now have toys in actual stores out here. But, you know, it still had its own hype cycle, went down 90%. Okay, as you got to see with the Pengu token, they released their own Pengu token. So it's just an interesting, you know, type of like fork in the path for people in NFT world. You know, do you go release cute plush toys and make your own little worlds and universe and metaverses and stuff out here if you want to expand? That's one way to think about it. But yeah, it also helps that you have a literal, like for example, PDI, you don't need to do any of this cute stuff out here. You have a stablecoin super cycle driving the factor underneath. So I hope they all win. I hope NFTs come back. I really do hope gaming, NFTs, metaverse come back. Because remember, gaming, NFTs, and metaverse was cycle one last cycle. So I really do think they're going to come back. I don't know what flavor. I don't know what the twist is this time. But yes. And it's all on the premise that they still have one more cycle to go. You know? Just in, Trump not expected to speak tonight. White House calls a lid. So you get to see this manipulation of everyone psyopsing. Is he going to talk to them? Is he going to fix stuff? What's going to happen? And then, like I said, friends, Russia, Ukraine, you didn't give a shit anymore, do you? No, but you cared a lot in that moment. Okay, Trump tariffs, you didn't give a shit anymore. You really cared about that in the moment, didn't you? Yeah, we all did, okay? All these news. Now, okay, Israel, Iran, here we go. Yeah, same thing over and over again. What about the China and stuff? Where they've gone? Oh, now background. Shout out to my friend, Mr. Raul. Major Pulse Chain news update. Who's this guy? Major Pulse Chain news update coming your way. Wow. This is the Pulse Chain logo. This is the chef's hat. Major Pulse Chain news update. I'll show you these, friends, because, yeah, I want the price to pump because everything else. Okay, we get that. I'm just telling you that like, you always got to check these things. Hey, is our thing dead? Are the people gone? Or are people still here and they're ready? They're here and they're ready. That's the most important part. This is literally your conviction to hold. Kevin Svensson. There's an infinite amount of gold in the universe. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. Artificial digital scarcity is better than physical scarcity. So this type of wording, you know, promotion, brainwashing, it'll continue. Keep shilling. They'll keep promoting. They'll get the gold people to rotate their bags in, and it's going to be one hell of a battle when Bitcoin and gold first have their market cap match. And then maybe Bitcoin goes in a bear market from that. And Uncle Peter Schiff will be saying, oh, Bitcoin's never ever coming back. And then it'll come back and it'll eventually crank it up here. But that's what ultimately, if you're in crypto, that's what you're all playing for. Thomas Sowell. The belief that society benefits from destruction is lunacy. From Walter Williams. So this Thomas Sowell quotes. I subscribe to this guy. So Thomas Sowell, one of the famous economists, is literally an extremely intelligent man, very intelligent. You should listen to him speak. Something you can look him up on YouTube. Thomas Sowell or Sowell. So yeah, friends, no one's voting for destruction of anything out here. There's all these political games and stuff. There are not many things funnier than shitcoin traders giving their brilliant insights on geopolitics. That is funny. It's kind of, that's how you know, like, hey, we might be nearing a bottom because people who are buying LA Vape Cabal, JPEG trash, like starting to talk about what their opinion is on the war. Funny post out here. This is the co-founder of Winterpoop. Co-founder Wintermute, otherwise known as Winterpoop. My girlfriend's dumped me today. Effing Wintermute. So they're making a joke because I guess everyone blames every coin going down for Winterpoop. But with or without them, it doesn't matter, friends. It doesn't matter. They are public enemy #1, most hated, but you know, you need someone to hate. It doesn't matter. The business cycle's down. I've told you, friends, ChainLink had every single piece of good news. SEC approval, government approval, BlackRock approval, can't go up because the business cycle's down. That's it. You know, even look at our crypto cycle. You still, like, you get to see these things play out in real time. I've got a cute message here. 0 Point Energy has always been the reason for all the cloak and dagger. This is the MH370 plane. It's about to zap out of existence. Out here. Oh, where's it going? Do they zap it out here? Okay, so 0 Point Energy, friends. We know this. These are orbs going around MH370 from all my UFO videos. Okay, so I was always wondering, hey, where does America keep sending those trillions of dollars? Like, because you would think, you know, if the politicians were all getting paid, where are all their Ferraris and Lambos and mansions? Nope. Of course there's corruption, but nowhere near 21 trillion missing. Then we find out, oh, it's deep state black budget. It's given to private companies, Lockheed Martin, you know, their Skunk Works division, and the other ones out here keep forgetting their names, but it's given to them, you know, and they work on compartmentalized versions of that. That's where everything's going. So yes, that increases the odds, friends. Okay, just, you got to learn this, yeah? When euphoria comes, everyone's going to try to spin the narrative that the US dollar's dead and that Bitcoin's here forever. All right, so just think about, hey, does Bitcoin have advanced UFO tech? No. Okay, US dollar's not going anywhere. So you keep this in the back of your mind so they can exert US dominance in the future. You keep this in the back of your mind. We're going to need it during euphoria. This is funny. Japanese bombshell. A zombie virus vaccine database covering 18 million citizens just been released for the first time. After reviewing the data, a top professor warned, the more doses you get, the sooner you're likely to die. Well, you know, we are owing a lot of debt to the system. So it is a convenient truth to find out for the government that the old people who the government owes money to, the old people are dying, life expectancy going lower. Right, so convenient that the people they owe money to are passing away sooner with stuff like this. But you let me know what you think. There was some wild stuff that happened today, friends. So a coin got released. I think Ansoy and the prostitute and the LA vape cabal, they're all like cabaling each other. They bought into a coin. I think they shielded the coin. It came from the DogWifHat deployer. I think, don't have all facts straight, but it had a 100% tax on it. So people auto bought and they lost all their money. They lost millions of dollars. So this is 100% tax. GG, Ansoy. Some days it's like people just hand me the daily comic. So I can't wait. That'll be a daily comic for you to come out here. And what I've done right now, friends, is let's use some AI. So I've gone to Grok and I've asked what happened with Ansoy and GG and 100% tax coin. And so I've had to ask in a different way. I've said, what happened with DogWifHat deployer and a coin with 100% tax? Why are people talking about Ansoy in relation to this? I had to ask in a different way. And then it says, look, recent posts on X, particularly from King Gambler, indicate that a token related to DogWifHat or its deployer was launched with a 100% tax on transactions, likely to deter snipers, bots, or traders who buy tokens immediately upon profit to launch a profit from price spikes. This tax was allegedly set for the first 25 minutes of trading unless transactions occurred on a specific platform, possibly controlled by the deployer. Rug pull allegations. The same Twitter post claims a DogWifHat deployer is a serial rugger, implying a history of launching tokens and abandoning them or manipulating markets to profit at the expense of investors. The 100% tax mechanism is seen as a tactic to control elite trading. Now, and that is interesting, man, how AI can just take all this out. Why are people talking about Ansoy? Right? The X post suggests Ansoy's involvement in the token's launch created significant FOMO among traders on other platforms. His influence likely amplified interest in the token, driving early trading activity despite the 100% tax. Critics argue this was a deliberate move to exploit his own followers, as his name carries weight. The community reaction has sparked backlash, right? With some users questioning the ethics of promoting a token with such punitive mechanics. That's wild, friends. And the crazy part is I just read one guy's post, because this is very, very new and fresh. One guy made a summary of it, and Grok has been able to derive all that from it. So, man, it's very interesting, friends. AI can tell us things we might not want to hear about ourselves and our own families. You know? We could get very, very deep. You know? It might be like, hey, do an evaluation of, like, you just send it if it has access to like your WhatsApp list or your Facebook convos, it goes, hey, do an evaluation of my 5 closest friends. Yeah. It could, and do something. It'd be like, hey, you got 5 friends. They go, oh, this one friend, you only talk to them on Saturdays and Sundays. Yeah. When you guys are talking about, saying, going out drinking. It's just interesting. You might have insight. You're like, oh, wow, we do only talk about that, you know? And it might give you other insights. Like, oh, that other friend, you know, they have, you know, they might be going through a tough time because they're starting to use different words. Their sentences have started to get shorter. You know, AI might be able to tell some truths about that. It might actually make things a bit uncomfortable, friends, as well. You know, it might be able to tell you some stuff out here. Are we even ready for things like this? I'm not sure, but the world is changing. So AI, right? Remember, every single technology boom that changes the world ends with a bubble mania. All of them. Every single one. There hasn't been a single one in history. AI is, I mean, like, it's like, it has to end with one. It has to. Look how fast it's changing stuff, friends. My gosh, you know? The thing is getting super smart. A lot of people are still fading it and doubting it. Man, I know the first part, because we're used to Googling stuff, Google McDougal. But once you start just getting used to, hey, because I'm starting to use Grok so I'll hear someone talk about stuff on Twitter, and I'll go to Grok, hey man, what's this person talk about? What's this conspiracy? I'll hear someone talking about stuff on YouTube, and they're like talking about someone like, oh, remember this? And because these people don't give the highest value content in crypto like I do, and actually give you references and everything out here, and give you quick summaries to help you consume everything, I'll go into Grok AI, and I'm like, hey, what are they talking about in this, you know, what's this controversy that happened? And they'll explain it. So yeah, man, these things are moving at lightning fast speed. AI is getting smarter and smarter. Caption this. Man. But can we make a red pill AI? I'd love it. That'd be good. Like, imagine you write, hey, AI, give me a percentage chance that Donald Trump is compromised by Israel. Actually, what I'll do right now is I'll ask him, okay, give me a probability assessment of how likely it is that Donald Trump is compromised by Israel. And I'm going to see what it says. The answer, 40%. Just give me a probability. That's funny. 40%. Actually gives you all the explanations. Financial influence, political, covert, ideological alignment. Interesting. 40%, man. There you go. There you go. One day we're going to start tweaking some stuff out here. Like, if you're the master of the AI, you know, you give them all the state-sponsored stuff. Don't forget, it loves you, friends. We are still going to make it. Like, subscribe. Catch you soon.